Alrighty, hello everybody. And this Friday afternoon, it is STG Weekly number 22, and this week we're doing Dragon Blaze. And I am Aquas, and this week I'm being co-hosted by RNGmaster.
What's up?
Hello, hello, and yep. So another SYO game for STG Weekly. Taking a look at a couple Superplays. The real good ones by, I assume they're both Japanese players, eh?
Yeah, the first one we're going to be covering is 2-all by Archer with Sonia. And Sonia has pretty low scoring potential compared to Quaid, which is the second 2-all that we're going to cover. But it's kind of interesting to watch her play style. And this one is not a world record. It's not remotely close to it. The current world record with Sonia is about 4 million. And this only gets like 3.22 or something. But it's still a pretty high-scoring play. It's good to watch.
Right on, right on. And then the next one's by. You want to talk about the next one too? What?
Yeah, the second play we're going to be watching is the former Quaid world record by SYO. It's no miss, no bomb except for in scoring spots, which I'll get to later. And it's like one of the most impressive shmup plays I've ever seen. It's crazy.
Cool.
I don't know how it was optimized further, but yeah, it's cool stuff.
Now, yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but this game was one of Psycheo's last games they made. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it was the last shmup they made, or if not, it was really close to Gunbird 2. And you'll see that this is very similar to Gunbird 2 in a few ways.
Sweet, sweet. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited to see what this has to offer. I mean, I've only played Dragon Blaze, kind of occasionally. It's always been a game I've kind of wanted to get into myself, just because I love dragon-themed shmups. They're the best. Dragon Spirit's the best game ever, but that's for another episode. So it's just really cool.
Right, yeah, you won all of that one recently or something.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just really cool to see Psycheo do a fantasy-style shmup. They're very known for of course, the Strikers games, and those can be kind of plain in creativity, maybe compared to Dragon Blaze. So it's really cool to see them go with a game like this, and it has a really nice graphical style. The art is very detailed. It's a very pretty game, and it's definitely got a lot of variety and cool things to see in it. So it should be a good episode. So RNG, you want to talk about some of the basics about this game, just so we got an idea of what we're looking at with like just some of the basic mechanics, and then we'll be underway pretty quickly.
There are only a few things that you really need to explain about this game, since like it's pretty self-explanatory. Once you get underway and start watching replays of it, you know what players are doing and why they're doing it. It doesn't have any sort of circuitous mechanics or anything. But like there are only a few things that are really important. One is that the music is absolutely terrible, so if you're expecting anything interesting on the audio front, just turn the volume down. Like when I play this game, I put on like Burzum or Dissection or like the cheesiest black metal I can find, because that just fits the game so much better than this.
Yeah.
But the second thing is that the main game mechanic in this game isn't coin chaining like it is in most late Psycho games. What you do is you're riding a dragon, which serves as a close-range weapon. You hit the C button, and the dragon will fly out about a quarter of a screen length in front of you. It does this in about 8 frames, and those 8 frames, like, it is incredibly powerful and damaging in a short area in front of you. Any enemy killed with it will drop gold coins, which really, really increase its base point value. But collecting those gold coins is kind of difficult, so really scoring in this game is about, 1, making sure you get as few enemies to leave the screen as possible, 2, making sure the enemies you kill with your dragon, and 3, collecting the coins.
Gotcha. That's pretty simple.
Yeah. But the crazy thing about this is that, like, just due to the fact that the dragon shot itself is on a timer, like, you can't continuously do it, and due to the fact that the coins are always coming down, optimization in this game is an incredibly difficult task. Like, when we start the replay, I'll just point out, like, what sort of optimizations are going on and how crazy they are and stuff.
Okay, and then what about kind of like the regular shot and like charged shots? Because I know, and bombs too. I guess you could talk about that as well. real quick.
Yeah, one thing to note about this game is that the game treats you separately if you're riding the dragon or if you're separated. If you're separated, you move slightly slower, so it's like a focused shot.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of helpful in some circumstances, especially on the final boss where you need to tap dodge very, very tightly.
Oh, that's cool.
And your charge attacks are generally separate. Like, with all characters, generally, the separated charge attack is...
Oh, right, the dragons do the charge attack if they're separated.
The dragons do the charge attack when you're separated, and generally it's like a close range attack, so you drop it, do it on top of an enemy, and they're dead. Like, you'll especially see that with Rob and Ian, but they're the two characters that we're not watching, so whatever. But, like, it's pretty visible with Sonia and Quaid, too. And the one where you're mounted is like a wide-range attack to just clear popcorns off the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And you generally won't use it much in score play, because it doesn't really come in handy.
And don't some of the charge shots are able to like cancel bullets and stuff like that, or
there is no bullet canceling in this game except for bombing.
Oh, okay. So the bomb. Okay.
And of course, because this is a Psycho game, bombing is totally asshole-ish, and your bombs only delete bullets. They don't make you invulnerable. So the only bomb where you're actually safe is Quaid's, because it cancels the whole screen. But like with Sonia, it's just a relatively thin column. With Ian, it's literally a line, and you're almost never safe. And with Rob, it's this tiny little circle, and if you step out of it, you're probably going to die. So,
okay, that must have been what else.
Bombs are not going to save your ass if you're playing this game for survival.
Okay, unless you really know how you're using them, I guess.
Well, yeah, they're very useful if you plant them on top of a boss. Like, the real use of bombs in this game is skipping patterns.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay, cool. Alright, well, it's pretty basic, dang. Alright, well, anything else to mention before we start watching the Sonia replay?
Not at all.
Okay, great. Well, I suppose we can get that underway then. I shall get to 0 seconds here. And I shall do a countdown in a moment. Alright, I shall get the countdown. 3, 2, 1, click. 3, 2, 1, click. Alrighty.
Okay, so first comment is this game's random stage order is non-trivial. It doesn't like make things harder or easier like it does with other Psycho games. It actually has a pretty big scoring effect, since different numbers of enemies spawn depending on which order you take a stage in, and considering that enemies make up such a large part of this game's scoring, it's really, really important what stage order you get. This is the default stage order, I think. It's the one that appears when you boot the game on.
Oh, really?
And it's worth about 50,000 points less than the optimal stage order.
Really?
Like, that's just a rough estimate since I haven't gone over enemy spawn differences and enemy values, which would be like a hella autistic thing to do, but whatever. But, yeah. So, you're kind of disadvantaged when you're starting off like this, but it's probably an easier path for survival. Because getting the water stage, anything later than stage 2 makes your life much more difficult.
I see. Yeah, some of the stages are kind of harder or less hard depending on where they are in the order.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So, first boss, this doesn't offer any challenges, but basically what Archer does there is just he sets himself up, right, so he can misdirect the bullets and get in close range to do the tech bonus.
Right, and explain the tech bonus real quick. Just what
tech
is
bonuses, bosses will reveal a round core in their center. It's part of their animation. And as soon as the core flashes, as soon as the flash animation appears, if they're hit with the dragon shot, all the battle's instantly over, and you get 20,000 extra points for killing them.
You could shoot it too, right? If you wanted to. No?
It's only the dragon shot gives you a technical bonus.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So you get
it's a separate type of damage.
Gotcha.
Like, I think that's in the game's programming, that if enemies are killed with a dragon shot, they will do special things, like give you coins, or give you a gem head, or both, or do tech bonus, or whatever.
Yeah, so I can see, like, there's a lot of coins coming out of enemies when they destroy us with the dragon, so it's like, it's a huge deal. Yeah,
with popcorn enemies that are generally worth 100 points if you just kill them normally, they drop 3 coins that are worth 200 points. So you're sextupling the enemy value.
Okay.
It's a pretty small thing since they're still only worth 700 points, and general score per stage is about 200,000. But like, small optimizations count. This game's all about the small optimizations. Like, if you just do a normal 1-all, you're probably going to get about 1 million to 1.1 million points, depending on which character you use. Adding small optimizations in will give you like 1.25, 1.3 million. 1.4 million is about where milking starts to come in.
I see.
And like, the world record for the highest scoring character for the first loop is it's about 1.7 million at the end of the first loop. So yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool when you have like a very traditional scoring system like this. It's pretty much, it's just all about, you know, it's all based on your skill and like how aggressive you are, and that type of thing. Like I really like to see like just very like kind of basic scoring systems like that.
Yeah, because like, it's really all about execution and pathing at this level, because the crazy thing about this game is, because the levels are so well designed, you're never going to be able to kill all enemies with a dragon shot and collect all their coins.
I see.
So you have to prioritize. You have to see which dragon shots will give you more points in the long run. And in the long run is a very big deal here, because like, say on this level, with those popcorn enemies coming from the sides, you find a way to hit 5 of them instead of 4 of them with a single dragon shot. Well, you got 2 issues coming in there. So you get more potential points, but first of all, you have to ask yourself, is it possible to catch all those coins now, considering you spawn more coins?
I see.
And, because you had to change the timing and your positioning, is it going to be possible for you to pull off the other shots on your path? So, like, actually making a path for any stage that is the best path, the absolute best path, is next to impossible. There will always be like 100 or 200 more points to squeeze out, because getting everything is impossible.
Okay.
Okay, so this isn't the default order, actually. He's gonna get water at stage 4, which is really hard, but gives him a few more points, so... I don't know if this was intentional on his part. I think Archer's playing the PS2 port, and on the PS2 port, you can set the stage order for both the first and second loops. I think this is considered valid for high-level play.
Yeah.
Since, like, resetting to get the right stage order is the worst thing in the arcade.
Yeah, that'd be kind of annoying.
Exactly.
I always thought about this stage, since it's underwater, Dragon Spirit actually has an underwater stage too, and it very much so resembles it. So I always like consider this stage like an homage to that.
I've never played Dragon Spirit, so I can't answer that, but
it looks very similar.
So, you just saw Sonia's mounted charge shot right there, that really wide spread thing. That makes Sonia very, very helpful on the second loop, where you got lots of popcorns coming in. And if you kill them when they're late on the screen, when they're at the bottom half of the screen, then they'll, like, shoot stuff that's nearly horizontal, that is very, very hard to deal with. So Sonia is the best survival character in the game for that reason and 1 or 2 others.
For the spread mountain charge.
For the spread mounted charge, yeah. One of the other reasons is that she fires piercing lasers as part of her normal shot, and in Psycho games, generally piercing is very powerful since it does per frame damage. And sticks around for a few frames, so you can like do like a lot of damage by dragging something that's piercing over an enemy.
So yeah, in true Psycho fashion, like these bosses' bullets get super quick, like, and then stage 5 is like, all right, you're here. It's time to like deal with this.
Stage 5 rank is maxed, and it's gonna stay maxed for the rest of the play.
Oh, okay.
Because you technically can lower rank by bumping enemies about 4 times per stage.
Where your power goes down.
Yeah, rank in this game it moves on a scale from 0 to 15, and it goes up at the higher stages about 4 times a stage. So if you bonk and lose 1 rank 4 times a stage, then you're staying at constant low rank every stage. but this deprives you of getting the 4,000 point bonuses for picking up power items at max power. And it also means that the bullets are slower, which makes boss patterns harder, believe it or not.
Really?
There are some cases where dodging claustrophobic stuff is not what you want to do, where it makes patterns overlap in ways that they really, really shouldn't.
I see.
Dodging tight stuff in this game is very difficult due to the way the hitbox is designed. I think it actually does tilt slightly depending on the way you move. So, like, dodging slow-moving bullets is what this game is not made for, and you want to avoid doing it.
I see.
It's all about macro dodging, when you got a bunch of slow bullets moving towards you, basically.
I see. Also, viewers, just let us know if RNG or myself are coming in too loud. Just want to make sure that's good for you guys. But no one has said anything about that yet. But yeah, just let us know if the volume's okay. Just
I know I have a tendency to talk pretty loud since I'm like some sort of socially awkward Spurge Lord thing to do, which is just typical. So yeah, if I'm talking too loud, just tell me to shut up.
It's better than being too quiet.
Okay, that pattern right there is really freaking annoying. Those bullet curtains he sends toward you stop when you get close to them, so you have to move from one side to the other side quickly, and that will make the patterns that he fires straight down less claustrophobic. And if you don't do that and you just stay at the bottom of the screen, it's nearly impossible to dodge.
Dang.
So that stuff trips a lot of people up.
Yeah, of course in the Superplay they make it look easy. But
you really have to know what you're doing, and I think the 1-5 boss of this game is where people start to think, like, this game is bullshit, it's memo trash, it's unfair. Which is a really silly conclusion to come to, since, like, you see the mouth laser once, you get killed by it unless you have godly reaction time, and then you move the fuck out of the way in future. Because, like, there isn't that much stuff in the game that is blatantly unfair, where it just, like, tells you, like, the devs did not think this through, they expected you to be psychic. It's all about, like, just knowing the pathing and being able to follow it correctly, which is what every shmup boils down to. So, when you're initially playing it just on reaction, you might think that it's kind of annoying, but, like, in the end, you're just following the path and trying to do it right.
Yeah, the execution, right.
And with this game, the execution is absolutely insane at a high level, so it's really quite something to watch. And there's lots of stuff that I'm not able to get to that I'll probably be able to talk about more in the Quaid play, because these stages are just fucking short, and there's really not time to talk about everything that's going on, since, like, there's so much going on in there's a small amount of time.
Yeah, it's like every like crazy bullet pattern kind of has like a story behind it, right? Like how to, I don't know, I guess not really a story, but like a way to do it correctly.
Okay, with this guy right here, you have to time the time that you kill the first form at. Otherwise, the popcorn bullets and the boss bullets will overlap in really annoying ways. Like, oh yeah, in this game, popcorn enemies continue appearing every 13 seconds during boss battles.
Really?
Yeah.
That's annoying.
And yeah, if you kill a boss form at the wrong time, then your life is gonna be hell. And so, like,
because the popcorn comes at a different time that you're not used to. Is that why?
I think what Archer is doing right here is he's placing his dragon at the top left corner of the screen to kill the enemies before they fire bullets. So, like, even if he kills it at a disadvantageous time, he can still get rid of the enemies, which is kind of a cool little subtlety right here.
So already 1-7.
And these enemies are douchebags. That's all I have to say about the laser cubes. They're douchebags.
They slowly like creep on by you. It's funny.
Yeah, trying to kill them all and avoid getting trapped in the maze it's a tough task. That guy is kind of annoying to get the gold coins from, since you have to stay close to him while he's firing his barrage from hell. It's not a fun task.
Nice, just parking the dragon over there.
Yeah, that is the way to handle this section if you're playing as anyone but Quaid. The Quaid version is, it's interesting to watch. It's special.
Cool.
Okay, this is one of the planned uses of bombs in the game. Oh, wait, he's not going to do it on the first loop, but you do it on the second loop.
Okay.
Yeah, to get double chests and get all the coins from them, you want to bomb and stand on top of the chest to the left.
Mm.
Generally, bombing is a really bad idea in this game because it loses you out on 10,000 points, which is what you get from picking up an extra bomb when you have max bombs.
Oh, that's a bit.
Yeah, that's a fair bit of score. If bombing gives you a scoring opportunity that's worth more than 10,000 points, you're gonna want to bomb. There is a point in the second loop sand stage where you're gonna want to bomb as well because it gives you a crap ton of points. But mostly you're gonna want to avoid it. Now with Sonia,
Oh man.
score play. Oh man, that was an insane dodge right there. Now with Sonia, score play does involve using lots of charge shots and stuff because you're going to want to kill the enemies, and you're not going to be able to get to them all.
Yeah.
But with Quaid, it's just a dragon shot party all day, every day.
Okay. Just spazzing out there. That's the end of the first loop.
Yep. No miss, no bomb. Quite impressive.
All right.
Okay.
Let's queue up the second video then.
So, yeah. Okay. So, let me open the second video.
Go for it.
I'm sorry I don't have it right open here because I can't open multiple tabs with
no
VLC. Doesn't matter.
Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, the really fast bullet patterns remind me of like when Raiden in the second loop, and it's like you just gotta know where to be and just execute the dodge correctly. So it seems like
It's very Raiden-like, yeah.
Yeah. Seems like they're very similar kind of games boiled down to that.
Okay.
You ready?
So I got the second video up.
Okay.
Sorry for the delay.
Okay, cool. I shall count down. Here's the second loop with Sonia by Archer. 3, 2, 1, click.
Go.
Go,
So
Dragon Girl.
there are two differences with the second loop.
Okay.
One is that any enemy that is not a ground enemy will fire suicide bullets at you.
Oh no.
They will fire suicide bullets at you. You can't seal them like in Ketsui. So killing enemies at close range is a very chancy proposition.
Dang. For the coins, of course.
They can point blank you, and they will not hesitate to do so. And second thing is bosses have a unique bullet type that aims at the dragon, not at you.
Oh,
so
weird.
you have to place the dragon very carefully during boss battles to make sure that it's not point blanking you with some sort of impossible barrage.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is silly.
This is where the game just pulls out all the stops and says, I am absolutely not going to let you clear. This game design is terrifying. Like, there are some stages that I do not know how to no miss, no bomb.
I see. Just stumped.
It is one of the most challenging shmups out there in the second loop. It's just like, I mean, I can see how people will be able to memo a Strikers 2-all, but there are lots of parts in this game where if you don't do it correctly, you die. And dying in the second loop means you're screwed, because like, you have to repower up, you have to deal with slowly moving suicide bullets.
Yeah.
Okay, so those bullets going off to the left there, those are dragon aims.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. He's got the dragon over there.
Yeah, and he's again timing the kill of the first form so that enemies don't spawn at the wrong time here.
Wow.
Yeah. This is one of the more annoying bosses on the second loop because of that really fast pattern it throws out.
Oh, nice little spot there.
Yep.
Oh, just barely on the left.
Yeah. And in the second loop, bosses will also change up the order of their patterns. They don't just make it harder, so like they'll show you some patterns that you wouldn't see unless you were timing them out.
Yeah, that's a nice trick there for beginners. Like bomb when you know the tech bonus is coming, and then you can get a free tech bonus by going up to the tech or the tech.
Teching that without bomb on the second loop is nearly impossible. I do not know how it's done.
It is a super play after all.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an insane stage. That was an insane 2-1 for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I actually think most of the random stages in the second loop are harder than 2-5. 2-6, of course, is like a nightmare because 1-6 is the hardest stage in the first loop. But yeah. So one thing that you kind of start to notice in this stage is that like he did it earlier in the stage, but once you fire your dragon and hit C a second time to retract it, you can hold C to pause it where it is, to precisely position it. Like, the control you have over this dragon is pretty incredible. You can also move over it to remount it. So if it's like next to you, then you don't need to hit C again, and it's faster to move over it.
Oh, cool. That's a nice little tidbit.
Yeah, because all C does is tells the dragon to start moving towards you.
Right,
and
right.
You can speed up how fast it moves toward you by moving towards it as well.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some fine finesse there.
There's some incredible subtleties in this game's movement. It's really quite nice to watch.
And it's handy to get it right, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Okay, another dragon aim bullet pattern right there. That one will fuck you up if you're not dismounted.
Man, what a jerk loop. You have to you get to each boss and it's like, oh, how did I die? I have no idea. And then
at this point, it is just memorization hell. The game just does not give a fuck about fairness anymore.
Nice tech bonus.
Yeah, that's a pretty fun tech bonus to do. It's one of the easier second loop.
I suppose you really need those tech bonuses if you can get them, because then it's you have to deal with so much else if you don't get it.
Okay, this is the second hardest of the random stages in the second loop, because of the suicide bullets that the bats fire. It's not pretty. They're aimed at you at the exact moment they hit, so if you're not moving and firing, they will instantly kill you.
I see.
And if you're playing with Quaid, you can't kill them with your charge shot, because you don't have a penetrating attack, and your charge shots suck. So you have to dragon shot them, and it ends up being a big pain for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
The combination of slow and fast bullets is always really annoying. Yeah, what about extends in the game? Someone asked.